Have you ever heard that phrase, jealousy is proof of love, right? Or maybe, if he doesn't feel jealous, it's because he doesn't like you. You may have even heard a classic, those who love, care, and watch over. Well, yes, at first it seems cute, almost like a show of affection. But let me tell you something. This is not love. It's the first step on a dangerous path. Today we're going to talk about a subject that many people prefer to ignore. Why it's a bad idea to romanticize unhealthy jealousy. And look, in just the first few seconds of this video, you've already heard several words that are very important here. Unhealthy jealousy, toxic relationship, emotional control, emotional abuse, healthy love, excessive jealousy, romanticization of jealousy, abusive relationships, possessive jealousy, freedom in the relationship. They're not here for nothing. They sum up everything that is at stake when we treat toxic behavior as if it were a demonstration of love. Now tell me something, honestly. Do you really think that someone who loves you needs to control every step you take? Need to hack your cell phone? Ask who you spoke to? Deciding what clothes you're going to wear? But you know what happens. Popular culture sells this as normal, and worse, as beautiful. We grow up listening to songs that glorify jealousy. Watch movies, where the violent hero is too in love. Read stories where the jealous, possessive woman is just intense and real. And so, without realizing it, many people start to think that living like this is normal. That loving someone means accepting being watched, tested, controlled. That those who don't feel jealous simply don't care. But there's one detail that no one tells you. This type of jealousy has nothing to do with love. It has to do with control. It has to do with insecurity. It has to do with fear of losing power over others. And the worst part is that the more we romanticize this, the more people fall into this trap. And do you know what happens when you accept a little healthy jealousy here and there? You start to give in. First, unfollow a friend because your partner doesn't like it. Then, avoid wearing the clothes he implied. Soon you find yourself justifying everything you do for fear of a fit of jealousy. Without realizing it, you are trapped in a relationship where love has become a surveillance contract. Now tell me, do you really think this is normal? What is this love? The worst part is that when you start complaining, the speech is always the same. I am like this because I love you. It's because you're important to me. It's just that I can't control myself because I like you so much. But let me ask you a very direct question. Since when love someone means suffocate this person? Before you answer, hold on tight, because in the next few minutes I'm going to show you with very clear examples why it's a bad idea to romanticize unhealthy jealousy, and how it destroys not only the relationship, but also your freedom, your self-esteem, and even your mental health. Now I want to know from you, have you ever been through this? Have you ever been in a relationship where jealousy was sold as proof of love? Stay with me until the end, and comment below. Is jealousy a demonstration of love or a warning? Sign for you? Let's get straight to the point. Romanticizing unhealthy jealousy is a trap. And the worst, because at first it comes disguised as affection. Then it becomes a rule. And when you realize it, you can't get out of it anymore. I will give you practical examples from everyday life. First act, you start receiving messages like this. Honey, let me know when you get home. So far, it seems like care, right? Normal. Second act, send me a picture of what you're wearing. It already sounds a little strange, but you think, he just wants to see how pretty I am. Third act, who are you with? Who's there? Let me hear people's voices. Oops. Here the tone changes. Now it's no longer about knowing if you arrived safely. It's about... Watch fourth act. I don't like you going out with that friend of yours. He looks at you too much. And this is where the isolation begins. You, afraid of a fight, walk away. Not because you want to, but because you want to avoid the wear and tear. Do you see the pattern? It starts with care, evolves into control, ends in emotional isolation. And when you try to position yourself, here comes the famous emotional blackmail. If you truly loved me, you would understand my jealousy. You don't care about me. That's why you don't respect me. Those who love feel jealous, don't you? This is where things get worse. Because many people wanting to maintain the relationship start to believe this narrative. And so we see people giving up their freedom to avoid conflict, emotionally mutilating yourself to try to prove love. And I ask you, is this life? Is it love? Or is it fear disguised as a relationship? Now pay attention. There is a huge difference between a one-off discomfort and a behavior constant controller. Everyone feels a little jealous at some point. It's natural. But what you do with that feeling is what determines whether it turns into abuse or not. Those who feel healthy jealousy talk, expose, resolve. Who feels unhealthy jealousy controls, manipulates, accuses. And this difference is fundamental. But when we romanticize jealousy, with phrases like, "He only acts like this because he loves me," we shield toxic behavior and paves the way for much worse things. Verbal violence, estrangement from family and friends, physical violence, emotional, dependence, total loss of freedom. Have you ever seen anyone living like this? Or maybe you yourself are in that cycle today. If this is your case, comment here, "I've been there," or "I'm going through this." Opening up here can help not only you, but many people who read the comments and realize that they are not alone. Another important thing. Unhealthy jealousy never gets better alone. On the contrary, the more you give in, the more the controller demands. Today he asks for your password. Tomorrow prevents you from going out alone. Then, who knows, you might not even be able to work anymore. Do you really want this for your life? And for those who think that, but it's just an intense way of loving, let me tell you a hard truth. Who truly loves trust? Those who truly love you want to see you free and happy, not trapped and afraid. So think about it. Do you want a partner who sees you as an equal, as a free person, or one that treats you like property? And if you have ever lived or are living in a relationship like this, comment here. Your story matters. Your voice can help many people see that this is not normal, nor beautiful, nor acceptable. Now let's talk about liberation. Because yes, it is possible to get out of this cycle. And when you go out, it's like breathing fresh air after being in a closed room for a long time. First thing that changes, you get your space back. You realize you no longer need to justify every step, nor explain every conversation. Don't even ask for permission to be who you are. And do you know what comes with it? A wonderful feeling of emotional lightness. When you realize that true love doesn't charge, doesn't demand, doesn't tie you down, you start to look at relationships with a different filter. That filter that separates what is healthy from what is abuse, disguised as passion. But of course, it's not easy. When you decide to break with the idea that jealousy is proof of love, many people will find it strange. Some will say that you are changing too much. Others will try to make you feel guilty. But here's a truth you need to remember. There is no guilt in wanting to be free. There is no guilt in wanting a relationship based on respect and trust. And the stronger you become, the more you attract like-minded people. People who understand that to love is to respect. That wanting someone around doesn't mean wanting that person under surveillance. You start to surround yourself with people who celebrate their freedom, not fear it. Now, an important tip. After you break with this romanticization of jealousy, it is essential to work on your self-esteem. Because those who have spent a long time in a toxic relationship often leave it feeling like they don't deserve it anymore. That the problem was hers. That she is difficult, too sensitive, insecure. Don't fall into this trap. You are not the problem. The problem is a culture that teaches that to love is to suffocate. That sells control as affection. From the moment you understand this, everything changes. You rebuild yourself. You better choose who you want by your side. You understand that anyone who doesn't respect your freedom doesn't deserve your love. And look, when you live a healthy relationship after all this, it's like discovering a new world. A world where you can have friends, go out alone, be whoever you want. Speak your mind, live without fear. And that is priceless. So, if you're in this process, freeing yourself from a toxic relationship or rethinking your relationships, know that you are not alone. Many people have already gone through or are going through the same thing. Take advantage and tell us in the comments, have you ever managed to free yourself from a relationship like this? Or are you on that path? Your story can help many more people than you can imagine. And if you enjoyed this conversation, if it opened your eyes or reinforced something you already felt, subscribe here to the channel. Here we talk about real relationships, of emotional freedom, of healthy love. Because everyone deserves to love and be loved, without having to give up who they are. See you in the next video. And remember, love that suffocates is not love. It is prison.